Good morning, viewers. This is Ricky B. Reed at the United States Courthouse. The courthouse where the thief and the robber, Federal Judge Dolly Gee, works. Federal Judge Dolly Gee took a $1 million bribe from the National Football League to illegally dismiss my claim against the NFL. That's right. She took a $1 million bribe. Law firm Kirkland Ellis helped facilitate this bribe with Dolly Gee, Federal Judge Dolly Gee. She belongs in the penitentiary. She's a robber, and she's a thief, and she belongs in jail. I filed a claim of implied contract, a breach of implied contract against the National Football League. Judge Dolly Gee ignored the law and dismissed my claim based on an express contract, which is a different contract. Express contract and implied contract are different. The trick she used to dismiss my claim unlawfully was to cite the text that explains the express contract, when in fact she clearly knew and understood that I filed an implied contract. She violated my constitutional law. That contract law for implied contracts protected me. She denied me protection under the laws, a violation of the U.S. Constitution, 14th Amendment, and she violated the 5th Amendment, which is due process. Due process has to be included. In due process, you have to include making a decision on a case based on the law. She didn't use the law. She did not use the law. She committed a crime against me that's punishable by prison. If you go on the Department of Justice website, you'll find out. Section 242, Title 18 of U.S. Code makes it a crime for a person acting under the color of law to willfully deprive a person of a right or privilege protected by the Constitution of the United States or the laws of the United States, which she did. She deprived me of equal protection of laws when she did not use the law to dismiss my claim, but ignored the law that describes implied and fact contracts. She ignored that. So she violated my constitutional rights, which is a crime. She acted under the color of law as she was pretending to do her job, but she didn't do it. Acts done by federal, state, and local officials within their lawful authority, but also acts done beyond the bounds of the official's lawful authority. If the acts are done while the official is purporting or pretending to act in the performance of his or her official duties. Persons acting under the color of law within the meaning of this statute include police officers, prison guards, and other law enforcement officials, as well as, who was that? Judges. Listen, the offense is punishable by a range of imprisonment up to a life term or the death penalty, depending upon the circumstances of the crime and the resulting injury, if any. You can find this in the U.S. Constitution. You can find this in USC Section 242 of Title 18. You can find this on the Department of Justice website. Judge Dolly Gee committed a crime when she dismissed my claim against the NFL unlawfully without consulting contract law, which is her responsibility. Federal judges are to look to state law, which is contract law, to determine the existence of a contract. Because she was paid, Judge Dolly Gee was paid $1 million, a bribe facilitated by the law firm Kirkland Ellis. She dismissed my claim against the NFL unlawfully. She came up with this trick, which the Central District Court has been using against a lot of writers and TV show creators to dismiss our claims. Yes. They dismiss implied and fact contract claims, California Civil Code 1621, based on the terms of an express contract, which is a different contract, which is the trick that they use. They dismiss an express contract, basically, This is what they do. They dismiss an express contract when you file a claim of breach of implied in fact contract. Yes, you heard it correctly. That is the trick that they use in the United States District Court to steal from writers and TV show creators. You file a claim of breach of implied in fact contract, Civil Code, California Civil Code 1621, and they ignore that claim, and they dismiss your claim and call it an express contract, saying that you didn't fulfill the terms of express contract, or you didn't correctly plead an express contract. You didn't ask for money, basically, for your material. When in an implied in fact contract, you don't have to ask for money, but that's the trick that they use. You file a claim for breach of implied in fact contract, they dismiss your claim as an express contract because they're bribed by Hollywood, and Judge Dolly Gee took a bribe from the National Football League of $1 million. She committed a crime. Go to the Department of Justice website and see it. You cannot violate a person's constitutional rights and privileges. It is a crime for anybody to do that, including judges. Look at USC Code 242, Section 242, Title 18. Judge Dolly Gee is a crook, like I said. I've always contended she was a thief and a robber. She belongs in prison, and I'm not going to let up until she's in jail. Judge Dolly Gee is a thief and a robber, and she belongs in the penitentiary. Ricky B. Reed versus the United States. Ricky B. Reed versus the NFL. I'm going after you. You are going to prison.